Hello, it's the Trillery Banks Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is November something. It's right before Thanksgiving. And I got Strife here. I haven't introduced Strife yet. I'm such a bad person for not introducing my fucking friend and my engineer who's actually been working with me on this. And I so appreciate you. What's up, Strife?
What's up?
Finally. Sorry.
Shout to the engineers. You gotta show them love.
I know. Like, that's my man's. I'm so sorry. I've been obviously just trying to get to the point. But Strife is here. Strife's going to be here. He's doing all my mixing. So it sounds great. It's all because of Strife and not me. It's all because of Strife. Listen,
you got to take that love, man. Take it. Embrace it, man.
Come on, man. This is all Strife right here. I don't know what I'm doing. He just presses play for me, and I just kind of go. But first and foremost, I have a super, super, super special guest today. I have been waiting for this. This right here, I know for a fact is going to be my favorite episode because I got my brother here. My brother Lamar. We have known each other for 20 years or so. Probably could be a little more. But I'm going to say definitely a dub with my bro right here. So happy to have you. This right here is Big LA. What's up, Big L?
Yo.
My man.
Yo. All I can say is, I can't really see it, but the ambiance in here is
let them know.
It's pretty phenomenal.
Let them know what I did
Pretty
in
phenomenal.
Here.
This reminds us back of Bayside days, chilling on the steps,
yes.
Summer nights. You know what I'm saying, bugging out. But this is it's homey, it's cozy. That's what we do. It's comfy, cozy season.
Cozy
you know how
boys. Exactly. I got my plants in here.
Exactly.
The
ambiance
so we
is
got
crazy.
some life in here. I got some lights in here.
Facts.
So thank you. Because I've been working on this for a long time. So
it's beautiful. It came together perfect.
It's working and my dogs like it. That's really the only thing.
Facts.
So Uncle LA, where are you from?
Yo, it's crazy. Just like everybody else that you kind of rock with. I'm from New York. I can't really claim one particular place. I was born in Brooklyn. I could honestly say I've lived in every borough in New York City at some point or another.
Mm-hmm.
So I rep Queens the most because that's obviously where we met.
Right.
And I feel like the timeline of our friends is the people that I've grown closest to that have become family. Like they say, friends of the family you choose. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was born and raised in Brooklyn. But anytime I'm around Brooklyn dudes, they're like, you act like a Queens dude. Anytime I'm around Queens dudes, they're like, you don't act like you from Queens. So it's I don't know. But I've lived in every borough in New York City.
Yeah, well, I'm strictly from Queens. I haven't really lived
Queens get the money.
Queens definitely get the money. But I love Queens, though. You know why I like Queens? Because it is such a mixture of people.
Facts, diverse.
And it's super diverse, especially where I grew up. I grew up in Bayside. Well, I was born in Jamaica, Queens, but moved to Bayside probably when I was maybe 6 or something like that. My parents was cops. And we was living on 7th.
Yep.
And I remember my pops was like, yo, we live right above a store. The bodegas and apartments on top.
The tenement buildings and all that.
Right. So we lived at the top. And my pops always used to be like, yo, I see people coming in, but they not leaving with nothing. So my dad got his spidey cop senses, and he's like, yo, something's not right.
Word.
So my pops was like, yo, we got to get out of here. People hanging out in front all the time, literally mad traffic, no groceries. So we picked up and moved to Bayside. I'm going to say I think my dad told me either 3 weeks or 3 months later.
Okay.
There was a whole raid. They were selling coke out the fucking store.
Yeah, Ace Boogie over there. Ace Boogie and the dude Froggy.
Exactly. So my pops was like, nah, we going to get the fuck up out of here. So that's how we ended up in Bayside. But I like Bayside, again, because it was so diverse. I got friends that are from everywhere, you know? And that's kind of how we met, just kind of being outside, just being around.
Nah.
So with school, right? Because you and I went to high school.
Franny Lou. Shout to Franny Lou.
I should give Franny Lou an applause. Hold on.
They need one.
Hold on. Here we go.
Shout to everybody that was kicking it on the strip.
Right. Patriots, all that jazz. But Lewis was fun as shit.
It was
definitely fun. I remember you being on the strip with your 3XL jerseys. Swimming in your clothes, my nigga.
I wasn't the only one though, so don't make it like it was just me. We was all rocking it like that. We had the whole warm-ups and all that.
No, you was ready for war.
We was on the collar block stacking up. We had to. Size 56 Pro Cut +3.
Hello.
All that. We had to have the authentic. No swingmans this way.
No swingmans. No check on my chest.
We couldn't do those.
No, that shit was funny though. You deadass did have like the sweatband. You had the hat. And you had the matching do-rag. Then you had the jacket. Like
we had the split do-rag where it was like white and gray, two-tone joints.
Yo, I'm glad I wasn't a dude at that time. Girls was getting away with their shit. You know, we had like the little bra strap headbands. You know, Chinese slippers and shit. We was, you know, little cloth belt, matching Jordans. We had it. But y'all niggas...
Fashion was crazy.
Fashion was crazy. Way different from now.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
But everything comes back.
Exactly.
I mean, think about 10 years from now, like your son wearing a 3X tee. Like,
yo, the fact that he's getting like so close to like my size, like he's already wearing a size 10 in men. So his sneakers cost the same as mine.
Yeah.
His fashion sense, I think he gets his fashion sense from me, which is cool, but I think who knows what's going to be in style because he's 12. So once he hits 14, 15, I think that's when we started coming into our own,
your own
creative
vibes.
Juices and then also following what trends was in.
Right.
Because we really wasn't creating our own style. We kind of stuck with the trends. If Fab was doing it, back then Jay-Z was doing it. Jay-Z went to button-ups. Everybody started wearing 3X button-ups with cufflinks and fitted hats. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
Crazy.
I be looking at pics from back in the day. I'm like, man, I look stupid.
Size 42 jeans.
Yeah. Nobody told me nothing. But I mean, that's high school. You know what I mean? Your son is 12. My daughter's grown. Yeah. She's trying to find her little fashion sense too. She's going for the like, kind of like the Instagrammy, you know.
What's trendy? What's poppin'?
Street chic. Like, she only want to wear ones now. And you know what I mean? She wants curly hair and all this shit. I'm like, come on, man. You looking fucking goofy yourself.
Man.
But damn, like in high school, Bayside, obviously, my crib was like
it was the meetup. It was the initial spot. Yeah, I would say you was like Zach in Saved by the Bell. Bayside, you know what I'm saying? Your spot was like the hub. Like, all right, we meet there between you and Lenny.
Yeah.
Between you and Lenny. We would go
stoop.
chill at his stoop or we would link up with you. All right, what's the move for the day?
Right.
Because remember, that was the time when everybody didn't have cell phones.
That's a fact.
I think
we
might have had like the Motorola two-way joints or the sidekicks. But we all wasn't rocking with cell phones like that.
Nah,
so
not
we literally
at all.
had to call your crib. Are you home? All right, I'm walking over. I'll meet you in front. I knock on the door. Make sure your moms don't yell at me or whatever. And then from there, we make our move the rest of the day.
Nah, that's a fact. I had a beeper. Y'all used to page me.
I didn't have no beeper. You was killing it now. I ain't had no beeper. I had a sidekick though. I had the two-way pager after it was popping and you try to find one somewhere else. But
I love the sidekick. That's like one of my favorite phones.
Flipping it over. Just flip it over for no reason, just cause.
Yeah. Well, I have a little game we're gonna play later.
Let's do it.
It's my Queen's quiz, and it's called This and That.
Oh, I'm with it. I'm gonna get 100. Calling it right now.
Yo, you stupid.
I hope so.
So after high school, you went to college.
Yeah.
Right? So where did you go to school?
So shout out to Jefferson Community College upstate.
Okay.
Did my thing up there. I think they can get an applause. There we
go, Jefferson. I got more. There you go.
Yeah, I dipped off and went upstate. It was a good change of scenery, change of environment. And then being from... It's crazy though, because most dudes automatically think you got to go to like D1 or somewhere else to kind of get the recognition and attention. But being upstate and being from New York, and I think being from New York City, we automatically stand out wherever we go. So the basketball team was a bunch of dudes from New York City. We had some other dudes sprinkled from Buffalo, shout to Buffalo, Albany, and we had some dudes that were military kids that their parents were stationed by the nearby military base. So they were from Texas, Cali. Right. But it was cool, same thing. And it's like being from New York, it preps you for that. Because you're ready for like things that are out of the norm and diverse environments. So I was able to adapt. I did two years up there. The winters was crazy, 35 degrees below zero.
Ooh.
But still kind of getting like a lot of cool attention and feeling like you was important. But that was cool. I'm glad I got to, being a jock, I guess.
Yeah, for real. So did you always want to play basketball or did you play something else growing up?
Nah, funny enough, basketball only came at Lewis. I was a football player. Because I lived, like I said, I lived in every borough. I lived in Staten Island. I went to New Dorp High School, played football my freshman year there. I played baseball. I played all sports. But in Lewis, we didn't have a football team. So for me, I'm one of those people who, if there was, we ain't had no football team. So for me, sports was one of the things that kind of motivated me for school. And honestly, if it wasn't for sports, I'm not going to say I wouldn't have made it, but it would have made it a lot harder, definitely getting it through. So Yeah, football, basketball, baseball. And that's what I'm trying to get my son to, to roll with now.
Yeah.
To just be diverse and figure out which one you find a passion with and you stick with that one.
Right. I played, believe it or not, I played a little tennis back in my day. Okay, when I was a young one. I had some tennis going on. I didn't really like it though. It was a little boring. The clothes was trash.
I mean, so you could have made your own trend. You could have flipped it.
I could have. I definitely could have. I was playing tennis. It was a summer program. It was called Big Apple. You remember Big Apple program? The funny thing is,
when I lived in Harlem, I did the Big Apple because it was like a free program in the community and they teach it.
Exactly.
So I did that too. Tennis wasn't my thing either. It was just too much back and forth.
Yeah.
Like all that running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I felt like I wasn't really doing nothing. Exactly. I was like, this shit whack. Like, I was really into it. But with college basketball, so like, was your intention to get to the league or you just like basketball? Because some niggas be having hoop dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. We know. Some dudes ride it past more than what it needs. 35. I mean, when you really look at the statistics of it, like, the NBA, that's like hitting the lotto. Like, if I was like a 6'5", 6'7" dude, I probably would have had them dreams. But at 6 feet, you like a dime a dozen. If it would have happened, trust me, I would have loved it. But that wasn't like my go-to plan throughout life. I always seen that I would probably do something more like the entertainment realm. Yeah. Or maybe even marketing. Because I feel like, my social skills are really good. And I like working in a group setting with people on a project to build stuff. The hoop dreams was just something to make school more fun. Okay. But it wasn't like, I'm going to the league. I'm trying to go here. I'm trying to go work out here. But look at the society now, too. Like how these kids got social media. Right. They got workouts. Everything's getting recorded. They're doing it. Back then, we just did it for fun. Yeah. And exercise, I guess, too. Yeah, I don't really think I knew anybody who was really taking like sports seriously at that time. Even the dudes that was like super nice, they weren't taking it serious. Because there's a lot of dudes that could have been better. Yeah. But they didn't take it serious. Yeah, but we was doing a whole bunch of shit back then. It was hard to take anything serious. We was wilding. We still here. We was wilding. Thank God we're still here because, boy, I could go. I thank God every day that I'm here because I was really like, I lived a life, man. That's what it is, though. That's why that's what we got to do. You got to live it to the fullest, and you got to use them experiences, good and bad. And that's it. No regrets. Exactly. Not a single fucking one. Because you want to know something? I'm like a firm believer too, is that, things are already kind of written, So there's really no point in me trying to finagle and trying to plan and stuff. Like, I just try to go every day like, yo, did you do something today that, you know what I'm saying, made you happy, tickled your fancy? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really into like, of course I think about the future, but on some shit like trying to say like, oh, by 30, I need to be in my career. By 35, I need to be married. By this, I'm just like, yo, whatever feel good, I'm fucking with it. If it's not hurting me or nobody, then that's where we going. There's no rule book or guidebook with life. That's why when people say, like you said, when people say, I want to be married by 30 and own a house by this time, there's people who struggle their whole life. Look at, what is the dude? Bezos, the dude from Amazon. They said he was like up until 35 and then he gets Amazon and he tried it like a couple times. So your breakthrough could be coming at right when you feel like giving up. Your breakthrough could be coming. It could be 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make the best of it. And that's crazy because even like when I talk to people about me doing my podcast, like the one piece of advice that I've gotten from everybody was just keep going. Yeah. Like, just don't stop. Just keep going. Just don't stop. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. I remember we spoke about it. You was talking about, a while ago. Before the show started, we talked about like your way with words and your way with catchphrases. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Ice Cup Shorty, Watery Shorty, Cherry Banks. Like, these are all things that you come up with. And I'm really extremely proud of you because we've had conversations and I don't know if you've ever admitted you haven't come out, but you're a socialite. Like, you kind of know what's going on with the times. Yeah. And like, you stick with it and people want to hear what you got to say. People want to see what you're doing, what you're into. So definitely, like they said, keep going, don't stop. I can't tell you enough in words how proud of you I am. Thank you. You're going to make me cry. Like, I'm emotional, John. You know what I'm saying? No, but you're right. I've been talking about this for a long time. And the thing, too, I think, like, for me is, I had my daughter at such a young age. So, I was kind of, like, programmed to not dream. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're this now. And you're in this box now. So you should be doing this. And I remember even when I was younger, like, just, and looking back on it, I'm an adult now. So I'm now thinking about the adults that were talking to me back then. And I'm disappointed in them because they didn't
tell me I could do anything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They kind of told me like, you should do this and this and this and this. And again, you know, that's kind of like why I did this. It's not really for everybody. It's not, you know, I don't expect people to tune in and be like, this is the best shit I ever heard. But quite frankly, like I give no fucks because this ain't about them. It's more about me.
Yeah.
And it's more about me putting my mind to something, doing it and following through. This is just a me thing.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And I feel like a lot of the times we are not really, how could I put it? We're not like encouraged to follow dreams or do stuff. Like I've tried to do a million things. You know this. I was like, yo, I want to put out a clothing line. Yo, I want to do this. Yo, I want to do that.
That's what you got to do.
Right. And the funny thing is that I started getting tired of myself saying things and not doing it, which is kind of like a trigger for me because like how could I be upset with people disappointing me and I'm disappointing myself? Yeah. So I got to get up and, you know what I'm saying? Do what the fuck I got to do. So this whole thing has been probably a thought of mine for maybe like 2 years. And Strife, of course, fucking helps. Strife was on my ass. Shout out to my man DJ in Cali. What's up, DJ? On my ass. My man Andrew, my Dominican poppy, on my ass.
Shout to them.
You know, all my friends, like my niggas is really like, yo, just do it. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop.
Exactly.
So this is kind of like a full circle thing for me.
Nah, of course, shout to Strife. And I mean, like you said, the thing is, I think, and it's not to make an excuse for the parents of our generation, because it's the same thing, even though everybody's parental background or upbringing is completely different, but I think they were programmed to get a job, mostly get a city job.
Yeah.
That's what everybody would say, yo, get you a city job, they got benefits, you can retire, whatever else. That's what we were pushed. We weren't pushed to dream and really be entrepreneurs. But do you see our generation as, I guess, I don't know if we're considered millennials or still like generational X or
Gen Z or something.
But I think our kids are like millennials, right? Or there's something, well, I think Natalia is a millennial, possibly.
Well, yeah, she's 18. She'll be 19 in March.
So we push them to be innovative and be entrepreneurs and make your own business. Because I mean, we're trying to create that generational wealth as well.
Right.
But for us in that 80s, 90s era, it was always pushed, get you a secure job. Yeah. Which you don't need that to make a living because, you know, we've obviously proved that over a course of time. Right. And with the podcast, like I said, you're creating a brand. You are a brand. I mean, since I've known you, your energy, your personality has always been not over the top. But it's been like right there. Like you're a rock star. You know what I'm saying? You're a rock star. So it's,
shout out to me.
Of course.
Rocking and rolling. Nah, but I've always been like that. I've always been like super bubbly. I've always been
the light of the room. You walk in, it's like the room could be low. You walk in, it's like, yo, what's good? Like you don't adapt to the room. The room kind of adapts to you.
Because I'm a Leo.
That's right.
Big Leo
shout
energy. We don't
shout
even
to the Scorpios.
I
just had a birthday last week too. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes, happy birthday, LA. LA just had a birthday.
Scorpio season.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the fellow Scorpios, man.
But man, Leos though. Like
I mean, we rock, so we cool. I rock. And shout to Lynn. Lynn is a Leo too. I didn't even know that. I think she's a Leo.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I think actually my other Scorpio friends, I think it's the twins' birthday today.
Oh, shout to a day and a die.
Yes. Hey, a day and a die. I hope you listening.
They're going to listen. I'm tell them to listen. Exactly. They better tune in.
Shout to them, is my guys.
Legit dudes.
I'm going to have them on so I ask them.
Oh, yes. They also went to Lewis too.
Yeah. I told them, I was like, man, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to come pull up on me.
Nah, their energy is dope. And that's one thing I've been blessed with. I'll say that. I've been blessed with people with real good, positive energy. Yeah. And those dudes, since I met them, they played on the basketball team too. But even after they left high school, I know they went to, I think, Lincoln and PA. And they've always just been on their grind, innovative entrepreneurs. They were also educators. And if I'm inaccurate, my bad, but I know it's along that path. But shout to them dudes who've been doing great things from the moment I met them. So it's all love.
Those is my guys. And you want to know something too? I feel so blessed that, you know, I've been around like such like great dudes, you know what I'm saying? Because as a girl, you know, it's kind of hard to have like guy friends, you know what I'm saying?
Without
like
trying to, ulterior motives.
Yeah, without trying to smoke my boots. Like I'm just trying to chill. Like, can we chill? Can we crack jokes?
Word.
Like, you know, I'm like, yo, nigga, guess what? I'm funny too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But thank God, like you and like everybody else we grew up with, like y'all all, I appreciate it, but y'all all never you know what I'm saying, even tried it with me. Like, y'all always treated me like a sister. So
exactly. You've always been a sister in every relationship. They've always kind of looked like they, you know, and at any time in a relationship, you know, females will look and be like, that's, you're friends with a female? You know,
it's weird.
But when they see the vibe and they see us together, they're like, oh, all right, cool. Yeah, y'all family.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what it is.
And it's like me too. Like when I date dudes, I'm like, let me tell you something real quick. I got these friends,
Give
right?
them the heads up.
Yeah, no, I have to.
I'm going to pull a Martin and Will Smith on them, open the door like, yo, how old are you, Reggie?
Exactly.
You look about 35.
Right. But I always got to give them the heads up. Like, yo, listen, I got like 10 guy friends that like real friends. Like, they not going nowhere. You going like, I'm going to just have, like, you fill them out, but they not going nowhere.
Facts.
You know, like, those is my dudes. So, all right. So after the whole college, basketball, blah, 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 you became international, LA. So if y'all don't know, my man here is a vet, and he was in the Air Force from.
I'm still in.
Yeah, I'm still in. How many years you been in the Air Force?
13 and a half. It'll be 14 in March.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this like forever. I remember. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna say this in front of everybody. But I remember the first time you got deployed and you went overseas.
Iraq, Baghdad.
I cried like a baby, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I was crying like this, bro. Like. LA, why are you leaving me? Heartbroken. Where you going? Like, I was so sad, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I love you different, man. You like my brother for real.
We vibed from day one.
Day one. But tell me, like, how it was, like, going across the country, like,
oh man,
fighting.
So, I guess to give a little backdrop, because when we went through like where I'm from, so when I grew up, I didn't grow up with my mom's. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no animosity there. I grew up like a ward of the state. I was in group homes, foster care between my grandmother. So it was like the state, like finding stability was always like, you know, big. And kind of most of it came in Bayside. And that's where I was at as I grew older. And I went to college from living in Bayside.
Right.
So for me, it was just after I was done with my 2 years of college, I did 2 years. And I had opportunities to go to 4-year schools. But like you said, I wasn't going to the NBA.
Yeah.
So I had like some D3, low D2 offers. And I was just like, all right, I could go there. But then I also figured I wanted to get into a position like how we were programmed. Maybe not a city job, but I wanted to get benefits and I wanted to start something where I could possibly retire early.
Right.
So my mindset, my uncle and my aunt were in the Marines. Shout to them. And they kind of gave me a lot of back information on the military and how it worked. So they steered me away from the Marines. No offense. Salute to all my Marine friends. Salute to the Army and all those, and everybody else and all other branches of service. But my uncle kind of schooled me and was like, yo, the Air Force is one that you'll make a career. It's the hardest one to get into. So that's kind of what drove me to join too.
Yeah.
It was like that, yo, they don't accept everybody.
So you took it as a challenge almost.
I did. So I was like, all right, I knew I was good. Like physically, I knew I had the smarts for the ASVAB. And I was like, all right, cool. And I've always been infatuated with planes. My grandmother was really big on it because she was big on traveling. Like before my grandmother passed, she would go to like London every year. She would go to St. Thomas in the Bahamas because she would have friends. And when she would go out there, her traveling kind of was like, all right, Air Force.
Yeah.
So really it's international grandma, you know what I'm saying? Because she put me onto that.
Shout out to international granny.
Exactly. But once I joined, it was definitely, I was scared too. But I was like, you know what? I got to start my life at some point. So after 2 years of school, at 21, 22 years old, I joined. And I was like, in 20 years, at 42, which I see to still be young. I'm not 42 yet, obviously. I just turned 36.
Damn.
And yeah, and I was stationed out in Arizona. You came out there.
Yeah.
We hit up Vegas.
Oh.
From there, the Vegas trip was crazy.
Oh my
Exactly.
God. Why didn't I think of this? Oh my God. We gotta talk about that.
Yeah. That was like our first like kind of adult like trips.
Yes. Oh my God. Can I tell this story?
Let's do it. Tell it.
Boom. So I hop on a flight. So Lamar is in Arizona.
Yeah, Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah, in Phoenix. And he was like, yo, come out. They had a crib and everything. Nice ass fucking crib. I was like, oh shit, y'all niggas is living in lux. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we flew out there and I don't think I'm going to tell the story about the strip club.
Don't go there. I mean, I don't know if you want to tell it. I didn't do nothing bad. So everybody out there thinking I didn't do nothing bad. I don't know if you want to tell that story.
I'm not going to get into the whole story. But all I'm going to say is that we was in a strip club in Arizona. It was in Phoenix?
Yeah, it was in Phoenix. They still requesting you, I think. You know what I'm saying? Low key. You know what I'm saying? They still looking for you.
Yo, all I'm going to say is...
It was amateur night. Like legit. Like not even like, I'm not even lying or joking. It was amateur night.
It was totally amateur night.
I think amateur ladies night. It was like a Thursday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm going to say is I didn't take my clothes off.
Yeah, nah.
I had
very
a good
respectful
time.
And classy.
Very classy because I'm elegant.
Elegant.
And I totally made the money back that I spent on my trip doing nothing.
Let's keep it at that.
And we just gonna keep it at that. However, I was standing at the bar and I run up into this guy, this white man. And I'm like, yo, who is this dude? Now, again, showing my age, but HBO used to have that show Pimps Up, Hoes Down. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, why does this dude look so familiar? Like, who is he?
What?
And then he was with some little mini like pimp protege. So they all had...
It must have been a convention.
Yeah, they all had like the fucking 2000s NBA draft suit on.
Word, with the Gators.
Yeah, exactly.
Stacey Adams and shit.
like Mambo number 5 zoot suit. Like, word. And this man talking to me. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my God. So then he's asking me, he's like, yo. He was like, you see that car outside? Legit, like, yo, the candy paint, the one with the candy paint. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's my ride. I'm like, oh, word, that's my ride. What's up? What you doing out here? Yo, it wound up being Mr. White Folk from fucking Pimps Up, Hoes Down to HBO. And I'm talking to him, and once I figured it out, I was like, yo, L, let's go. Yo, we got to get out of here. This nigga trying to traffic me, bro. Yo,
he was trying to throw you in the trunk of the candy paint.
Right?
Oh, man.
So I would have been on the freeway in Arizona, like. So, and all I remember was I had a arm, like I was holding a baby, but it was bread. So I had like a whole arm full of money. I'm walking off the shit. People still giving me money. They gave me like a little bag or whatever to put the bread. And I had a whole payday. And I ain't take my clothes off. I ain't do nothing.
Facts.
I just showed them, you know what I'm saying, what New York about.
Some
you
moves.
Feel me?
It wasn't no Lily rocking back then, but definitely showed them the moves.
Yeah,
you might have threw a Harlem Shake in there or something.
I probably did the butterfly on niggas. Like,
Tootsie Roll and shit.
Exactly. I probably broke up on niggas real quick. You know what I'm saying? I got a real easy bag. I swear to God, I ain't taking my clothes off.
Quick.
That's what I'm saying.
I think like I said, I'm pretty sure they still looking for you, man. They still looking for you out there, AZ.
Yo, I hope not. God damn. Thank God there was no camera phones back then.
Yo, for real. Like I said, the era we come from is different.
It's lit, son. Like, amazing. But then, like you said, we drove to Vegas.
Yeah.
So, I was 21 years old. I remember this. I think this was probably like not my first flight. 21, so before I turned 21, I went to DR twice. So I've been on a plane and all that.
It's like first adult trip.
Yeah, like
21
first,
and older when we drinking legally.
Yeah. Exactly.
We can show our ID. They don't ask for ID. Are you sure you want to see my ID? Yeah,
exactly. Because I think my boyfriend at the time, when I was, like my early 20s, like late teens or whatever, I think it was probably like my 18th and 19th birthday. He took me to DR.
I think I know. Oh yeah, I know. We ain't saying no names. We ain't mentioning names.
It's irrelevant.
No names, no kids.
Exactly. But so, I went away. But this was like my first like homie trip. Exactly. And me and my other two homeboys flew from New York to Arizona. Yeah. And then we decided to drive to Vegas. So I think this is the first time I ever been to a casino, period. I've never been to I think
it was mine too.
Yeah, Atlantic City. Never been to Atlantic City, nothing. Neither. My first casino experience, Vegas. So at the time, I think we went out there like April or something. Like,
shout out to B. She drove.
Yes.
I don't think I was driving like that.
B.
Shout out to B.
Yeah, B was out there with us. And it was me, Lamar, my other two homeboys, and B. Yeah. So we drove to Vegas. The ride to Vegas was lit. Yeah. Like the scenery. We had the music cracking. We went to the liquor store on base.
And going on base is crazy. Those of y'all that know military people, going on to the PX, the BX, whatever, get your alcohol. It's cheaper than the liquor store. So we definitely racked up top qualities, top shelf joint, and we had the cheap joint too. Because we going to Vegas and it's 5 of us. We got to make sure it's spread, which probably wasn't a great idea. We didn't need that much alcohol.
It turned out to not be such a great idea. Nah. This okay. We driving in a car. All right. We're turned the fuck up.
Word.
Like, turned up.
Pre-game to the max.
Yeah. Like, ice cup shorty for real.
Word.
And we in the car, the scenery was mad nice. And then we finally get to the welcome to Vegas. I was like, Yes, lit. Right? We lit. So we stayed at the Bellagio, which was super nice. We was probably like on like the 30-something floor, 40-something floor. Like we was high up. And
shout out to the Bellagio.
Yeah.
Hotel was mad nice.
Mad nice. And this was years ago. Like I would
love
like a nice
suite. Yeah, we had like a nice little suite.
Yeah, we had a dope suite, like floor to ceiling windows. It was elegant.
Dope view of the strip and everything.
All of that. So my ass, like I said, I was 21. So I'm out there like literally income tax check, giving my child credit. Bah.
We like, balling.
You know what I'm saying? My 10 racks, okay? So I was out there balling out of control. So I get fucked up and I wind up going.
You wasn't the only one.
Yeah, no, definitely wasn't the only one. But I get fucked up and I'm at the fucking craps table. I don't play craps. Never played craps in my life. All I know is one of my favorite songs, like on the planet, is Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day. And
that's one of mine too.
I love that song.
Puts me in a good mood.
Yeah, like if somebody, like that's my song if somebody was like, yo, rap this song word for word or you get shot in the head.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah. I'm today
had a triple
was
double,
a good
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Exactly. So I'm over there and the only thing I keep saying to myself is 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven, 7 back door, little Chuck. That was my shit. Mind you, I don't know what craps is or what the numbers you supposed to hit, but I'm over here like 7-Eleven. And then some nigga told me to shut the fuck up. So I'm like, what? Turn around like, what? Disrespecting Q?
Word.
Wowing. So I found out the next day that I spent like $1,500, $2,000 on that table.
Yikes.
Mind you, I was literally there for no more than 20, 30 minutes,
Yikes.
if that. And I didn't know that the tables are like different prices. So I was at like $100 table, just thinking shit was regular, blowing the bag, right?
Damn.
Lost all my money, nothing to show for it. And then I remember we went to a club. So we go to this club. I think it was inside that hotel or maybe somewhere else. But
yeah, I mean, I forget the club. But yeah, I know we bounced around and we did a couple. Because we were only there like two nights, I think, 3 days.
Was it? I think, no, honestly, I think we was only there for one night. It was like one night only.
Yeah,
okay. It was like one time. It was, because it was like a hell night. And the next day we dipped. Remember? It was one night.
Because breakfast was awkward the next morning. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah,
and it was nothing to do with Chillery Banks.
Nothing. This was back in the day. I'm not even going to get into the story. But all I'm going to say was that I lost all my money. We went to the club. We wound up losing our friends. So we're out in Vegas, like completely lost, like 2 people missing. It was bad. And then the next day, like just the car ride home. Difference.
No music. It was like the depressed, like going there, we was like, it was crazy. Going back, it was just like, windows up, music off.
Yeah.
You could hear a freaking pin drop.
Everybody was just like
for 3.5 hours. For 3.5 hours. And nobody said no word.
So awkward, yo. And it was high. I was like, oh man, like, so that shit was fucked up.
If y'all link with Shy, y'all got to get the details of that story. If she rock with you like that, and she can share with you.
Exactly.
Because it's definitely entertaining. It needs to be a movie.
Yeah. Listen, I got a couple movie scenes.
Word.
Like with our group.
Facts.
With our group alone. So, all right. So you go to the Air Force, and you're overseas, right? How long were you overseas?
So the first deployment that you mentioned, I went to Baghdad, Iraq. That was when deployments were pretty short. I did 4 months, but they raised them after that to like 6 months. So I was stationed in Arizona, deployed to Iraq, came back a few years later, deployed to Afghanistan for a year. I was in Kabul, Afghanistan. That was cool. People say I was cool, but it was a good experience because it really, I was already a humble person in my opinion, and those that know me can kind of attest or disagree if they choose. But being in Afghanistan and seeing how they live, it just makes you grow like a greater appreciation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For what we have here. Not saying that everything is right, so I'm not trying to make this political whatsoever. But just seeing how they live and seeing people literally walk down the street with their books on a belt strap, like back in the 30s, with no shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, and they just genuinely appreciate everything. And then the people that really have the least will give you the clothes off their back, food. They invite you into their crib to share their food with you, as little as it is. and they're still sharing it with you. So
yeah,
that was just a wonderful experience for me. And I think it definitely helped me to grow and changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it kind of shifted a 360. Coming back from Afghanistan, I had like a month or two left in Arizona, and then I lived in Italy for 2 years.
Yes,
so
you did.
that's where I think I genuinely get the name International LA.
Yeah,
because being in Italy,
I coined that phrase, by the way.
Definitely. I traveled to I want to say 35 different countries throughout Europe.
Wow.
While I was there. Some of it for work, some of it for obviously for pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
With Italy, where we were at, I hit up a lot of the top spots in Italy: Florence, Rome, Pisa, and then also 2 hours away, you had Slovenia, and then 2.5, 3 hours, kind of like Arizona to Vegas. You had Croatia, which Croatia was lit.
Really?
Yeah, Croatia's lit. Zagreb and Zagreb is cool, but then you also got where they have a lot of big parties out there with Rick Ross. DMX had came out while I was out there. Funny enough, I seen Lloyd Banks performing in the club out in Italy, and it was crazy, but I was a huge Lloyd Banks fan.
Yeah,
Punchline King, PLK, Queens, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him and the whole G Unit. Just Spain, everywhere. So for me, that was cool. And then I've always met good people with good energy with my time in the Air Force. I feel like either I gravitate to them or they gravitate to me.
They gravitate to you.
I think so. That's the universe working.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then after Italy is when I got lucky and I was able to come back as a recruiter.
Yes.
To no place other than Queens. I was the recruiter in Queens by Queens Center Mall.
Yeah.
And then now my current position is I cover the whole New York State as a health professions recruiter.
Nice.
Recruiting nurses. So it's everything happens for a reason and it comes back full circle one way or another.
How was recruiting though? Because I know in high school, they used to have the people come in and recruiting and it was nobody wanted to really talk to them like that. So you recruiting kind of going back and talking to the younger kids, and you actually having that experience, what has their response been to you? Is it different from the way you looked at the recruiters in high school?
Of course. And I say this because I feel like a better job that all branches could do is finding people to recruit in areas that they're from.
Yeah.
So me being from New York, I felt as opposed to somebody from Idaho,
you
know what I'm saying, being in Queens. If me at 16, 17 looking to talk to a recruiter and this dude's from Idaho, I can't relate to you. So how are you going to give me your background or your information and share your experience as opposed to me being from New York? And it comes across, and I think us as New Yorkers, we're able to kind of read through bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not not everybody, but most people, I think us with our upbringing, we're not very naive. If somebody's like, yo, let me get your money, I'll go around the corner and get you a joint. Nah, but most of those tourists come here, they get got because they're like, oh, that sounds like a great deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my experience has always been good just because I it just comes off natural. I'm genuine. I'm not trying to sell them something. That's the thing. Most recruiters will sit there and be like, oh, it's the best thing. They don't tell you anything negative about it.
Yeah.
For me, I tell you, it's not for everyone. Here's the pros, here's the cons. You see if the pros for you outweigh the cons for you.
Right.
And then you make a decision. Because for
me,
it worked out.
Choice.
And when I originally joined, the plan was I wanted to get in law enforcement. Funny enough, I know you talk about your dad. I didn't want to get into city law enforcement. I wanted to get into government law enforcement, DEA. My mom's was on drugs. So for me, I felt like I had a vendetta against it. So I wanted to work either the DEA or FBI. And then I spoke to them and they were like, well, having a degree is cool because that's what my degree from JCC was. Shout out to JCC, criminal justice. And then I switched over now, but that's another story. And then they were like, a degree is cool, but we look at a degree with military because the military, I guess, shows you have discipline.
Right.
Which I had that before that.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm going to do Air Force 4 years. 4 years, my contract is up and getting out. 4 years literally flew by.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Having y'all come out to AZ. I wish y'all would have came out to Italy because it probably would have been another movie. Gosh. But I don't know if I could have taken certain people across international waters. Yeah. we don't want a national emergency breaking through. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just been truly, truly great. And to be able to come back, because I've been away from y'all so much, and instead of having y'all travel to me or me travel back here all the time, to be able to come back and live in New York.
That was the best news, bro.
Yeah. I mean, as adults, I know we don't see each other every day, but when we do, I think it just makes us appreciate it even more.
And honestly, when we're younger, high school, you have a million friends.
And nothing but time.
Yeah. And it's even nowadays, I don't even have the energy to entertain a million personalities.
Of course.
I'm so much better with my little 5. You know what I'm saying?
Circle small. Less is more. Less is always more.
Yeah, because it's just dealing with everybody's nonsense and people just not being on the same wave as you. It's just, I think at this age, everybody's trying to do something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's just when you're not dealing with like-minded like-minded people, it's really like a roadblock.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to like see that now. It's like certain people gotta get out the way,
It's emotionally draining too.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is, especially with like my job, like my day job. Like I listen to people's problems all day, and it does take a toll. You know what I'm saying? With hearing everybody's bad news. And it's like sometimes I gotta kind of step away from it and decompress. And, when I want to talk to people, I have to talk to people who are positive and like who are making, like giving me like a little, like a jolt of energy, like a jumper cable, like just giving you enough to just keep going a little bit.
Exactly.
And it's just like people can be just extremely tiring.
No, for real. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So now you're doing the recruiting. You're back in New York. Everything's great. You're living in Queens. You know what I'm saying? So you back home. Queens Center Mall, like you said, we all fucking ran through that shit.
Word. When it was one side before the other side even got there.
Yeah,
when it was
remember?
Small. Yeah.
Damn, we some old ass niggas, man. Every time I think about, like I be talking about daughter sometimes, I'm like, yeah, so that used to be the
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you're back in New York. Everything's cool. And then I believe you went to go visit your son.
Yeah.
And I remember, like it was yesterday, I remember you coming back and you telling me like, man, I got this pain in my shoulder. I think I was playing with Juju and, you know what I mean? And you was like, yo, I think I fucked something up. And then he was like, yo, it's getting bigger. Like, this shit hurt. We was like, nigga, go to the doctor. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I remember specifically at that time thinking like, oh, this is an old ass nigga.
Falling apart. Yeah. That's what we all thought.
Yeah, we was like, look at this old nigga just, you know what I'm saying? But then, we found out that obviously you was diagnosed at that time.
Yeah.
And this was a year ago now. So you was 33, 34.
Nah, I was 35. It was right before my 35th birthday. It was September 25th. Mm-hmm. And Junior was here for the summer. And I took him back to Boston for school because school was starting. So he was, typically since I came back to him, that's another thing too. With me coming back to New York, it allowed me to spend more time with him.
Yeah.
Because before it would just be me flying back, holidays, so on, such and so forth. But once I got stationed, he was like, all right, cool. Boston's 2.5, 3 hours away. Mm-hmm. Come down for the summer, kick it, good to go. So I think I had just took him back it was literally September 5th because his first day of school was September 6th, 2019. I remember these dates crazy, which I'm not usually good with dates. Mm-hmm. But these are really prominent. So I took him back, came back, and I told you I was like on my back, my left side, my back, and then I had a lump on my between my left shoulder and my neck. Mm-hmm. And it was in the hospital. It was in the hospital for like 12 days. And they was running tests, didn't know what was going on. And then, on the 25th, I was diagnosed with RMC, which is renal medullary carcinoma. So it's a rare kidney cancer, typically found in young African-American males, but it's not exclusive to that. There are other people that have it, but it's mostly been found in that. Mm-hmm. It's like a rare aggressive cancer, but I think a lot of times they had a lot of misinformation on it. Mm-hmm. So they're starting to get more information on it. So they're able to treat it better. So certain people in the past were being misdiagnosed. And that's why it's being seen as like a really aggressive cancer. And the prognosis usually isn't too good. Mm-hmm. But like you said, here we are a year later.
Thank God.
So I got diagnosed the 25th. I started chemo on October 11th. And I think I've completed to this date. My last one was on the 12th day before my birthday. I completed like 21 rounds of chemo. Mm-hmm. Now, just to clarify that everybody kind of looks at cycles and rounds different. I consider each session of chemo a round. Mm-hmm. And I consider each group of that medication a cycle. Mm-hmm. So the first one we did was 6 rounds. It was one cycle. And then since then, I think this one I've done is like around 12. Mm-hmm. And we're going to continue on as they monitor everything. So for me, I mean, like I said, it's not ideal or it's not something that somebody would not desired. Mm-hmm. But I just celebrated a second birthday, my 35th and my 36th, while fighting cancer. And I'm going to continue fighting on. I mean, it's not yet, but I'm feeling positive and optimistic. Mm-hmm. And we spoke about this episode, so that's why it meant a lot to me to not only come and hopefully make it a groundbreaking episode that you can carry on as memorable. Mm-hmm. So whatever, because this is what we have. This is your legacy. This is a part of my legacy as well. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we just, we fight. I mean, I ain't been fighting it alone. I've been fighting it along with you, everybody else that's surrounding the circle. So even though people may not feel like, I don't know if I'm doing anything, but just even simple conversations, sharing memes, sharing a laugh. just everybody that's been along this journey. Shout out to, my boo Joanne.
Yeah. Hey, Joanne, what's up, girl?
Exactly. She's been there along this ride.
She's been amazing.
Yeah, rock star.
Beyond. Yeah.
Super, super woman. Like, I can't even put, like I said, I told her the other day, I can't even put it into words. I don't think I'll ever be able to repay her or really anybody. People are like, well, we didn't do anything. I'm like, people don't look at it as that, but the support, the prayers, the well wishes, the positive vibes. Yeah. It goes beyond any monetary, material, any of that stuff. Because for me, it's this battle is more mental than physical. Even though, it takes away some physical attributes. I ain't got no eyebrows, but I'm still fly though. I still try to get fly here and there. By the way,
y'all don't see my man, but my man is over here. Kiss Daddy, Easy Poppy. Wait, what is that? Little tan, little cargo kiss, little forest green kiss.
Little something.
He's really out here.
I just try to, keep it simple, like how we talked about the jerseys and all that.
Yeah.
But
you know what the other thing is too, and I think really goes for a lot of men because, it's not all. All right. So it's definitely not all. But a lot of men like quantity over quality, right? And when you think about a situation like yours, like the fact that you have one solid person is better than having 5.
Of course.
Right? So I always tell like my guy friends, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Like you want to go out and you want to, dip your toe in a couple ponds and all that. Like, I understand that. But at the end of the day, like I look at somebody like you and like, even when I date, I'm just like, yo, who's going to hold me down?
Exactly.
Like if something happened today, tomorrow, like, are you really riding with me? You feel me? And I feel like a lot of guys, like especially don't really think that far ahead, and somebody like you being young, like who would have ever thought, know? And imagine if you was like caught up with some little 22-year-old thotty or something. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
And you going through something like this, and it's just like you have to really like pick your person, for real, like pick a real person. And I think like especially with Joanne, like she's been amazing. You know what I'm saying? And not saying much. You don't have to say much. And I appreciate people like that because she doesn't really say she does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She's not looking for recognition. She's not looking for praise.
Never, ever, ever. Yeah. Like, so I feel like just in relationships, like that's so important. Like instead of going for the pretty face or,
it fades. All that fades.
All of that fades. Who got the most money? So, gorgeous she is. Little mixy John.
Exactly.
But you know what I'm saying? Like even chicks, like, we always trying to get the nigga with the biggest bag, who got this, who got that. But I mean, I've dealt with niggas who had a very good amount of money, you know what I'm saying? But really just ain't shit. Like, so just in kind of like relationships and like choosing your person, I think is very important to keep things like this in the back of your mind because we're not, expecting these life changes, and as we're getting older, these things are going to happen. And I feel like, us being so young, especially like our group of friends, not to speak for everybody, but it was like such a shock to us. And, you think you deal with that when you're old, you know what I'm saying? So to deal with that as such, like at a young age like us, I think that, a lot of us didn't really know how to take it. And like, what do you do? Like, do we acknowledge it all the time? Like every time I talk to you, do I like
bring it up?
Yeah. Do I bring it up? Do I not say anything? But then he's gonna feel like I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like just like this whole experience for everybody, and I also, like I said, I'm a true believer that things are written. Yeah. So I feel like me having somebody as close as you are to me, it's showing me something,
of course.
And I feel like that's God telling me I need to learn something from this too. And I feel like that's everybody,
Nah, most definitely.
But so after the whole diagnosis, obviously you went to Boston because they have great centers.
Great doctors. And my son's mom, my ex-wife, she's been tremendous too. So,
absolutely,
shout out to her. I mean, because that wasn't expected. And that's the thing. Like for me, I couldn't be more grateful than the support cast that I have because I don't think I would have made it this far like by myself. There's no way you can make it through, something like this solo. And the thing is, I'm an introverted person.
Yeah.
So I'm used to being kind of by myself. And I can't take all the praise because I'm not going to sit here up on your show and like, oh, I'm this perfect,
no.
guy. Me.
But you're a great guy, Al.
I appreciate it.
Like an amazing man. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have a son, I'd want him to be you. I'm not like no bullshit, straight face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like ever since I've known you, like you've always been like a stand-up guy.
Thank you.
You've been somebody for me that I've always been like, what's Elle think?
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm about to do this. Let me see what Elle think. Even when you was away, you know what I mean? I would tell you like, yo, this is going on. Like, what should I do?
Yeah, now I'm going to give you an unbiased, honest opinion. I'm not going to sit here, and I never would judge anybody's situation because you got to do what's best for you.
You always tell me that.
Exactly. Whatever makes you happy. Exactly. Whatever makes you happy. And I tell anybody that. I tell anybody that. And I mean, but that's one thing I try to hopefully convey to people is don't wait until it's too late to try to show that appreciation to somebody, because, you know, like you said, dudes who are sitting out there dipping their toes in the water, that's fine. Just be open and honest with whoever you're dealing with and let them make the decision to kind of move forward or step away.
Right.
You know, but don't waste too much time, because that fun and that fast life, it don't get too far, because if you do run into a tough situation, you know what I'm saying, who's going to be there to hold you down?
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I say I'm extremely lucky and extremely blessed, because like I said, she's a superwoman, mom, everything, teacher, like professional, and she juggles it. She makes it look easy. I know it's not easy.
No,
you know
not at all.
And the crown is heavy, so.
Yeah, but she's doing it. And you are too. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm just like so happy, because even throughout this whole situation, like, you really have been positive.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you've really been like, this is what it is. This is what we're going to do. Okay, I got to do this next. I'll do this next. I got to stop eating this. I'll stop eating this. I got to start doing this. I'm going to like, it's been, but I feel like that's a lot with your discipline. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of being instilled in you. And the fact that, and I know any situation like this is life-changing. You look at things differently.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying?
Has changed.
Whole perspective has changed. So, like, tell me a little bit about that. Like, just how do you, like, let's say from before and then now, like, how do you look at just life in general?
I look at it as precious. I look at each day starting off with finding something positive, because it's easy. A lot of times people look, I think there's like, 83,600 seconds in a day. People get annoyed or pissed off. And for like, let's say 120 seconds, that's like if you had the money, you're going to let that ruin your whole day. So for me, I'm like, all right. I got to tell you this too. Only thing I worry about is things I can control.
That's
if I can't control it, why am I going to sit there and harp and stress myself over it and worry myself? Because like I said, I tell people that this fight, it's physical, yes, because you go through physical changes. The chemo is rough. It's definitely an effect on you. But I feel like it's more mental.
It is.
So I feel like my mindset, if my mindset is negative, my body's going to get that stress and that energy. My body is going to feel that. It's going to absorb it, and it's going to go throughout the parts of my body that I need to work forward and push through. So if I can stay positive, worst case scenario, if things don't work out, which we're not putting that in the universe, it's like, at least I know, going forward. But I'm not going down without a fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to smile, I'm going to laugh, I'm going to crack jokes. And that's just what I'm going to do. And I'm going to see people. It sucks because right now, obviously during COVID season, it's like you got to take all the extra necessary precautions before you could to be around people, masks and all that. But I definitely miss like being able to, warm embrace, a dap and a hug and everything else. Now you got to give fist bumps and head nods and all that. So yeah, I mean, and being around my son has been awesome. You know what I'm saying? Me and his mom have been split since 2011. He was like a year and a half, but we've co-parented wonderfully. We've been great friends.
Beautifully.
So like I said, her being there, helping me out, using her connections with her job to kind of make sure that I have like a great medical team, which I do. Shout out to Dana-Farber Medical Center. And they also work with MD Anderson in Houston. And they kind of go back and forth on a lot of the research and my treatments that are going forward and my scans and making sure what's working and what's not. And really, like I said, and for those, first of all, anybody that's either battling cancer, shout to you, keep going, don't give up. Anybody that's lost anybody, my condolences go to you. My love goes out to you. They're still with you in mind, body. I mean, well, not in body, but mind and spirit. And just keep those close to you around you. Like you said, most people don't know what to say. Should I bring it up? For me, I can only speak for me. So I don't want to speak for all cancer patients or anyone who's fighting any type of illness. But for me, just be normal. Just saying what up. Just reaching out. Yo, how you doing? Yeah. Having a casual conversation. And also don't be surprised if maybe sometimes they don't want to speak.
Right. Because I think that's important.
Exactly. Because sometimes people take it personal. Yeah. Right. Like maybe they spoke to 3 people today and maybe they had a bad day and they drained their energy and they just want to kind of be in zen and relax. So just shoot them a text message because they'll get those text messages and I read them. Yeah. Or DM them if you don't, text or whatever. But for real, like I said, primarily it's been my son. And then my circle, like you said, the quantity over or quality over quantity.
All the time.
Is having solid people. I'd rather, roll with 10 lions than 100 sheep any day.
Facts.
So
facts. And again, with a situation like this where you really, you need positive people around you. You need good people around you. I feel like, especially at our age, you know what I'm saying? It's like the extras weed themselves out.
Oh yeah.
And then you just kind of left with who you left with. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with this situation, like even though you're going through your thing, like you've still found it to be there for me on multiple occasions.
That's not going to change.
Never.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, thank you.
I am who I am. My name is my name.
My name is, and you know who you are. My name is my name. Fuck out of here.
I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be, and that's not gonna change. Like I said, and this is even when we was friends before. To the casket drop, I'm gonna be there for everybody that's been there for me, and I'm always gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? When it's go time, it's go time. I'm there. You know that.
Of course. And so what's your plans? I know that you were starting to try to do a documentary at one time about this. I think we talked a little bit about writing a book and everything.
Shout to Lynn. Yeah, shout to Lynn.
Lynn.
Me and her started that project. Yeah.
Yes, Lynn. Hey, Lynn.
Lynn TV Productions.
Lynn shot all my photos for the Chili Banks show. She's fucking bomb, y'all. Like,
Facts.
I don't know if anybody doing something need a couple pics, but Lynn, like she had me looking elegant. Like Lynn really had me looking good.
Super professional.
Yes. So you guys were like kind of talking about this documentary and stuff. But I personally, LA, I think a book would be amazing because just like your whole story is crazy. Just like my story is crazy, and eventually it's like, you put things like that out there, people are going to gravitate to it. People are going to like learn from it. It's going to help people. And I feel like, again, like at this age, we're not really dealing with illness like too much, you know? And I feel like it's good for people to kind of understand what it is and like how to treat people while they're going through something like this, because you just don't know what you don't know. At the end of the day. So just even talking about it and shining light on it, I think it's going to help a lot of people.
Word.
So aside from that, we mentioned the book, and it was a mention, but this is a thing.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about the book you're looking to create.
All right. So funny enough, Joanne, she actually mentioned that, kind of creating like doing possibly motivational speaking, going into possibly doing a book. Who knows where it can go? And I mean, like we spoke, I really don't see myself as an inspiration. Some people look at it like, yo, you're such an inspiration. You do this. But I mean, we typically, even you, everything that you've been through from where you started, where you come from to where you're at now. Because it's our journey, we just look at it as like, yo, I just roll I roll with life. Exactly. I don't look at anything that I've experienced from my childhood to me being what I'm going through now as like it inspires anybody. But hearing people tell me that is like, okay, it's really motivating for me, because knowing that whatever I'm going through, if, my downfall, or not downfall, I want to say downfall.
Not a downfall. Circumstances.
My circumstances, exactly. Right. Perfect. My circumstances are hopefully something that I can put into play to hopefully give somebody, a guiding light throughout their hard times. So it doesn't have to specifically be cancer. So yeah, I never really thought about it, but Joanne's like, yo, you should do a book. And I'm like, so. And now thinking about it, and shout to Strife.
Strife got all the ideas.
Exactly. Man. I'm not gonna announce the title, but I do have a title. Like,
there we go.
It's legit. Like, it's not gonna change. I'm gonna probably try to look into like getting like an NDA, and also obviously journaling my experience throughout this, and trying to also backtrack as much of my life that I can remember, which it's pretty prominent. I can get certain things and kind of hone in on it as I think more about it. And then hopefully get with like a biographer and really kind of connect and whatever, work out a deal and put together. Because I think it's something that hopefully will help. If it helps one person, if it sells one copy, even if it's a copy I buy, that's fine by me. But if it helps one person, I'll feel accomplished in doing so.
Absolutely. Because like I said, fuck these niggas. And you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. I think it will help a lot of people. And like I said, you're not the only person. Like there's people out there who have friends, you know what I'm saying, who are going through something. And for it to come from, you, the subject, then I think it's going to completely be beneficial to people. also about, like you said, like your upbringing we talked about earlier, which is kind of like, I feel like almost like my story. It's like you coming up from something and, people kind of expect you to stay there.
Yeah.
And when you're going through a tough time, especially in your early years where, we're all young and we're all kind of judging, you know what I mean? And you coming from your situation, coming from foster homes, coming from that, it's like people subconsciously, friends or not, but people subconsciously will look at that and be like, that's who he is.
Yeah.
So to come up from that, be in the Air Force, be this role model, like legit, like like you're like a fucking G.I. Joe, like, you know what I'm saying? You're like a role model. And like to come from that to this, it has to be celebrated.
I appreciate that.
Just like I came from my situation, having my daughter so young and people like, oh, she's just, she's a mom and, let her be that and, whatever. And then when I started kind of getting my shit together.
Making moves.
Right. It's almost like niggas was like, yo, chill, like, yo, relax. Like, you're not supposed to do all that. You know what I mean?
They didn't expect it.
They didn't expect it. And I feel like a lot of people, just in general, they don't want to talk about the times they down. They don't want to talk about the times that, people didn't necessarily believe in them and that turning point. And I feel like just showing like, nah, that was me. Like, I could do this. And like my daughter, she's young and she has friends. And like for me to be able to talk to her friends kind of on that level, like this real level, like, listen, I know your people's probably not telling you this, but I'm going to tell you this, and I think that people need to hear that. And wherever or whoever, let's say, has been that for you, like they had to have that moment too, where it's like, yo, I actually have something I could help with, No,
and I would love to hopefully help, young men or young individuals, adolescents, male or female, kind of go through it. Because I didn't grow up with my pops. I don't know my pops to this day. So that's the biggest thing for me. My focus has always been, I want to be a positive role model and example for my son. But if I can do it for other people as well, that's even more amazing. But I just want to show him everything that I never got. Right. We get so caught up, like you said, it's like social media. It's like a highlight reel.
Yeah.
So that's why on my social media, I show the good, the bad. It's not for sympathy. It's not for pity. I go live when I'm doing chemo. I post whatever. I don't try to make it too gloomy or depressing, but I also make light of it when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And that's also just to show people like, there's good and bad. Everything isn't, I'm on vacation. Hey, I'm here at, STK and Peter Luger's or whatever. So like for us, when people say they from the bottom, everybody's bottom is different. But like you said, from where we come from, very humble beginnings. They put us in the dirt, but they ain't realize that they was planting us. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to grow and we're going to keep overcoming whatever obstacles is placed in our way.
Yeah.
And that's what life is about. You know what I'm saying? The man upstairs, the universe, everything is kind of aligned. Yeah. And you just surround yourself with positive people and the good stuff is going to come.
Absolutely. Because like even, when I had my daughter, I'll never forget this day. Where, because, I got pregnant in high school. Yeah. So I remember the day me and my mother went to school to sit down with the assistant principal. I forget her name, that fucking bitch. When I find out her name and I find out where she at, I'm going to definitely try to buy her crib in cash. Like, I'm going to be like, bitch, move out. It's me now. Because she really tried to play me on some real shit. And, like looking back, if it was me and my daughter, like I would have responded way differently than my mother. But I can't blame her for that because I don't, I'm not in that situation, right? Yeah. But long story short, in a nutshell, the assistant principal pretty much told me in a few words, you're pregnant, drop out. Because at this point, you're not really going to be much because, this. So I would just focus on just kind of being a mom. And that shit killed me, bro. Because at the time, I was young. Yeah. But I was thinking about like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do this. So for somebody to tell me like, yo, you can't do that no more.
Like it's over.
Like it's over. It was like so like, it was just hurtful.
Yeah, I mean, as crazy as it is, and I don't mean to cut you off, it's like, take the good from that, though, because look at how that still sits with you. Yeah. That's your driving force.
That's my drive.
So if anything, I mean, you could thank her. Definitely buy the house in cash.
Yeah.
Maybe let her keep some of the furniture before you throw it out on the side of the road.
Yo, I swear to God, I wish I knew her fucking name, man. I would like request her and be like,
But you got to thank her. Yeah, you got to thank her, though, too.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? Because look at how that's what's keeping. I mean, that's not the only thing. I know you're a very driven person anyway, and that's not the sole thing that's pushing you. But look at how prominent that is. Exactly. Because that's in the back of your mind whenever you're doing anything.
Right. Because at that time, she was like, all right, well, this is what you could do. Here's welfare. Here's food stamps. Here's Section 8. Here's shelters. Here's this, is that. When it was like, okay, understandable. Like, you know, those things are there for people to take advantage of if they need it. But in my mind, even at that age, I was like, yo, there's nothing wrong with me. I have no illnesses, no illnesses. I have all my bones. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason why I can't get out and do something.
And then shout to you. Your daughter's in college right now.
Yeah, my daughter's in fucking college.
I don't think you mentioned that this episode. Flex. Shout to that. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the big flex. No financial aid.
Exactly.
That's the big flex. Because at the end of the day, you can see me have what I have, go where I go and stuff like that. But honestly, if I really wanted to brag and boast, I'm going to talk to you about my daughter.
Exactly.
Because my daughter's the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really did that. And that's humbly speaking, respectfully.
And she's an amazing young lady.
Amazing young lady.
Very, you know,
all
on top of her stuff. She's doing her thing.
All of that. So, you know, at that time when niggas is telling me like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. I was, maybe 15, 16 years old. And I was like, all right, well, they're like, oh, go through, you know, like get welfare, get this. And even at that age, and because again, my parents are cops. Yeah. So I was kind of like, put onto the system a little bit. And I was like, oh, y'all niggas trying to railroad me. Like, you know, you trying to get me there so I could stay there. And I was like, nah. Mind you, my parents did the best they could. We've never, again, been on the street. We've never had, you know, our lights off. We've never nothing. And it's not because I'm privileged. Yeah. It's because my parents worked hard. So at the time when I had my child, I was like, all right, well, it's go time. You know what I'm saying? My first job was at a supermarket. I was making $5.15 an hour, but I didn't need food stamps at that time. Like, I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm going to go and work and I'll bring milk home. All right, I got my little 10% off or whatever. Spent my checks on what I needed to spend my checks on. And I made this shit happen. And that shit has just been constant, like, since then. And granted, there's times I'm exhausted. I'm like, I'm tired of working. I'm tired of this. But then again, I'm so grateful because I am able to provide for my child. You know what I mean?
Single mom.
Killing it. And also, my daughter's in college for nursing. She's about to be a fucking nurse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She chose a career where, you know, of course it would bring her money, but it was something that, and I always told her, whatever you choose to do, like, make sure your heart is in it.
Gotta have that passion.
Yeah, she's the type of person, she loves people. She likes helping. Like, my daughter, since she was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, she sees homeless people. She, you know, be like, Mom, can you buy him a sandwich? No problem. Can you do this? Boom. Like, that's just how she is. So I was like, choose something where you can benefit, like, in your soul, kind of, not just money. But yeah, you know, I feel like when we come from something, people expect you to stay there. And when you don't stay there, they kind of get uncomfortable.
I mean,
you know?
Like you said, fuck them.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at it too.
That's my favorite 4-letter word. Like, fuck them. Like, because you got to do what you got to do. People going to talk regardless. Exactly. If you broke, they're going to talk.
Exactly.
If you rich, they're going to talk. If you ugly, they're going to talk. If you look good, they're going to talk. Yeah. If you swaggy, they're going to talk. If you're not swaggy, they're going to talk. So at the end of the day, like, I've just realized, and recently, you know, I'm going to say maybe within the last 2 years or so, I've realized, like, what's the worst that can happen? I do what the fuck I do, and people gonna like it, people gonna love it, but it's what I wanted to do.
Exactly.
And
it's never a loss, it's a lesson. So I mean,
time.
Even if it don't go the way you want, you still learn something that you valuable, that you gonna move forward. And if you win, you win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the possible outcome. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I feel like if you do something you like, you always winning.
Exactly.
You're winning.
As long as you happy.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like, I'm always just trying to do things that I want to do.
Yeah.
And being very aware of, like, me doing things I don't want to do. Like, saying no, for instance, is a big one. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the times, like, you want to just comply. You know, you want to go with the flow. You don't want to be the one.
The eyeball.
Yeah, who just kind of pulls back. But it's so important to say no. And, like, I've just started realizing, like, no is okay.
No is good for your mental health.
Yeah, no is very good for your mental health. And it's just like, there's so many times where, like, I would do something and, like, deep in my heart, I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And then as I'm going through it and I'm doing it, I'm just like, I like that feeling. It's like, oh.
You don't want to let that person down.
Why?
A little bit.
But it's like, why you over me though? Like,
exactly.
And it don't have to be nothing crazy. Like, if it's my people's, anybody needs something, like, come to me. Like, that's what I'm here for. And I also feel like there's certain people in your life who are kind of like like the matriarch kind of, you know? And so I know like if I need something, I know I could go to this person.
Yeah.
And because that person loves me, it's not looked at as like I'm using you. It's looked at as like you're the big homie for this.
Exactly.
You know, so I need you for this. And that's your role. Just like people come to me for stuff. I'm the big homie for stuff. So it's like they need something, whatever it is, like I could go to Sade because I know she's gonna do it. And I don't feel used at all because I know that somebody gotta take that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like somebody has to be the big homie. You know what I mean?
You can't pour from an empty cup either though, like you said, when you get to that understanding of when, you know, to say no. If you are on E and then you're still giving so much of yourself, it's not going to work out.
Never.
You know, you're going to drain yourself. So
yeah,
always make sure you're good. And it's not, some people look at it as like, oh, I feel like I'm selfish, because I've had that too, where sometimes you feel like you're being selfish in certain cases. But sometimes being selfish is necessary to avoid future problems or whatever. But like I said, this whole ordeal, man, my whole perspective on life is completely changed. I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, I'm a changed, godly man. But I just have a greater appreciation for things that don't involve money or material things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I genuinely cherish the relationship, like the relationship that we have, the bond that we have. And then the relationships that I have with those, like I said, in my inner circle, those mean more to me than money. Like I'm not going to compromise my character or anything else for that. So if I can extend, if I can help, I'm going to be there. But I'd rather, like you said, be somebody who, when you need to talk, you need a word of advice, I can dedicate that 5, 10 minutes or even 2 hours if needed. You know what I'm saying? So
right, exactly. Yeah. And that's what friends are for.
Exactly.
the good old saying, that's what friends are for. You know what I mean? And
friends are the family you choose.
Absolutely.
You know
and honestly, like even me and you, like we don't be like talking for 3 hours on the phone every day because
not every day, but sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it does happen.
Sometimes we'll talk all day and like I feel like we in class and we'll talk like, all right, this is period 1.
Like,
you gotta go to work real quick. I bet he back in like 6. You like, I'm gonna call you back at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, my phone be ringing. So you already know that.
9 to 6. For real, I'm like, gotta go back 6 o'clock. But no, I go to you for fucking everything.
We could talk every day for a week straight, and then we could not talk for 2 months, and then we talk after that 2 months. So we're gonna pick up right where we left off
all the time.
You know that.
But and the thing is like I feel like sometimes people don't understand that. Like we just because like we don't talk every day doesn't mean that shit different. Because
ain't no
like
love lost.
Never, because niggas is living their lives.
Exactly.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Responsibilities.
We got things to do.
Yeah.
You know,
we ain't 15. Well, we have 10 hours a day. Of no responsibilities.
Right.
That's how when we used to hang out, that's what it was. We had 10, 13 hours a day where we had nothing to do except do our chores and get out the crib. And then we had to be back before the lights came on, the street lights came on.
Well, I was back like 72 hours later. For real. No, oh my God, back in the day, man, I was like, my porch was like the trap house.
With the 2 big bushes in the front.
Yeah,
the 2 big ass. But there was 2 right in the middle with the walkway. I remember.
Yeah, with the 2 lions.
You live right across the street from Alejandra.
Yeah, hey Alejandra. What's up, girl?
Yeah.
Yo, that's my sis too. I spoke to her the other day. I told her to come on too.
You gotta have her on.
Yeah,
That'll be a good episode too, I think. That'll be a dope episode for sure.
Beautiful episode. Alejandra's known me since I was...
So y'all gonna have some stories.
Like, oh my God. Like, I think she's known me since I was maybe like 13.
That's crazy.
Like 12, 13. Her mom bought me my first Abercrombie sweater for Christmas.
Oh, man.
I loved her parents. Oh my God, I fucking love her parents. Her mom is like gorgeous, bro.
So crazy.
Yeah, she's the bomb. So kind of backtracking a little bit, because, my show here, especially in the beginning, until I obviously blow up and be awful niggas. But
I mean, that soon come.
But for now,
Drake gonna be sitting right on this chair right here I'm sitting on. So
listen, Drake ain't gonna be sitting. You heard? Drake, listen, can I just say something? I fucking love Drake. Drake could do no wrong. Drake could do absolutely no wrong. And I think they said he has an album coming out in like January.
Oh, man.
I think it's called Certified Lover Boy. So I heard. I hope that's what
so
it is.
you heard? Oh, okay.
Yo, I'm just like waiting for my nigga to dead me just so I could so the shit can hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you know, I love it when a Drake album come out, my nigga did me wrong. I'm like, yes. Like, son, I listened, bro. I used to listen to fucking Jaded. You know that song Jaded?
Yeah.
Bro, I used to listen to Jaded till I cry. Like,
oh my God.
Like if I wasn't crying, the shit wasn't hitting, bro.
Oh my God.
But yeah, fucking love Drake. One day I will.
Soon come.
Sooner than you think.
Gotta put that shit in the universe, exactly.
Oh, it's in the universe. I definitely place it in it, but let's just see if it, you know what I'm saying, spin a block.
It's gonna be there.
Let's see if the universe spin a block and give me what I need. But so back to Queens. So we was talking about, I have like this little thing, so it's kind of like this or that, right?
Oh, let's do it.
We're about to have a big argument right now, guys. Because
oh my God, I already know what she's about to ask now. Because she said that, I know what she's talking about. Let's do it.
But listen. So everybody knows in Queens, right? There's, in my mind, 2 pizza shops that mean a damn, right? There's only 2. So LA, I'm going to ask you a question before I throw my chancleta at you. Yeah. But big LA, Margaritas or Gabby's?
I got to leave them in suspense for a
little bit. Hold on. Hold on, because I got some shit. I got to find it.
I have an answer.
I know you got an answer, but hold on.
I'm going to leave the audience in suspense right now.
You ready? I got this one.
I'm ready. Yo, Gabby's, hands down, man.
Fuck out of here.
Gabby's, man.
Damn.
I mean, it's 2-1. Strife raised his hand for Gabby's, too.
Gabby's?
Strife said Gabby's, too.
Yo, both of y'all get out.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Gabby's is lit, man.
Gabby's is not.
Gabby's
and I repeat,
I can go in there and get a chicken parm on a hero. I can get a shrimp.
We talking about the pizza.
All right, even if you stand with the pizza, the sauce at Gabby's is only, Gabby's, I'm telling you, the sauce, man.
Okay, I agree. The sauce at Gabby's is better.
Margaritas is a little watery.
However, the cheese at Margaritas is way better.
But the sauce is what makes the pizza.
No, the cheese is what makes the pizza. Nah, the cheese will always make the pizza.
Nah.
Listen to me.
You can't have a fire pizza with wax sauce.
Listen to me.
She's trying to take her chancleta off and throw it at me. It's a Gucci one too. Like, come on, we throwing Gucci slippers at me, man. Come on, man.
Yo, Margaritas cheese is better. First of all, Margaritas pizza is better because you can smell the cheese from a block away. Like, I could dead ass smell that shit damn near from the fucking movie theater.
Let me go to Gabby's. 2 slices and a large fruit punch. I'm good.
Gabby's is trash. Oh my God. This is whack. Okay. Next one. Sorry, that was my salt and vinegar chips. Okay. So, Sidekick or Nextel?
Ooh, Sidekick. I never had a Nextel. I was jealous. I ain't gonna front. Those that had the Nextel to chirp, it's like they didn't have to have a phone plan because you could just, if somebody else had a Nextel, they could walkie-talkie. But low-key, looking back at it now, having a Nextel, that shit would be mad annoying. Everybody...
Yeah. I love the chirp.
But I was a Sidekick, definitely. Like the Sidekick 1 and then the Sidekick 2. Mm-hmm. And then I went to BlackBerry. Which BlackBerry was trash, but I guess I jumped on the BlackBerry wave because of the BBM.
BlackBerry was like my trap phone. My BlackBerry was like, it was like the trap phone.
But what's yours? So hold on, Sidekick or Nextel?
I like the Nextel. Only because the chirp was just like next level.
But everybody else had to have a Nextel for you to chirp them.
Yeah, because niggas was lit. Everybody had it. Okay, so you know what this says? You the only nigga without a Nextel.
I definitely did not have a Nextel. I wanted one. I was low-key jealous.
Yeah, of course. No, the Nextel was lit. What was that other shit? It was like a pager, but no, a 2-way pager.
Yeah, the Motorola 2-ways.
I don't think I had that. I don't remember.
I think somebody had pulled something up on the internet where they opened it up with the Nelly video where they was typing in like an Excel program or something. Yeah. He was texting and it was like, who was he texting in Microsoft Excel?
That's right. No, I don't think I had the 2-way. I had a beeper though. Like I had like a real beeper. I had
like literally with the codes on there and everything. When people was looking at it, you had to put the numbers into specific coded letters.
Yep.
That shit would say hello, call back, call me.
Or you would write hello and it was like 43110.
Wasn't it 7? No.
No, it was 43110. That was hello. And then I think 929 was love you or something like
goodness.
that. Yeah, I had
we
told you my
we showing our age, man.
No, nigga, no, for real. Definitely showing my age because I remember when I used to go outside, my mom would be like, wait, come here. And I go back and it'd be like mad quarters. Like, call me.
Yo, pay phones. You had to get paid. You had to find a little pay booth.
Yo, that
smelled like piss.
That was my other trap phone.
Crazy.
My pay phone was on Northern and 204th Street, right in front of McDonald's. That was like the pay phone. I used to link my niggas from.
Yo, shout out to New York, man. Only New Yorkers know a lot of this stuff, man. For real, New York is definitely the shit.
Absolutely. All right, I got another this and that though.
Let's do it.
Okay. A chopped cheese or a chicken Philly?
Chopped cheese. Hands down. Everything on it too.
What's everything?
You know what I mean? You throw the lettuce, onions, definitely extra onions, cheese, hot sauce, ketchup, barbecue sauce. That's how I'm doing mine. Oh, it's quiet for me?
Nah, I ain't feeling that, my nigga.
It's quiet for me? Damn.
Nah, I ain't feeling that. You lost me with the barbecue sauce.
So what you did?
Bro.
What you did? The chicken?
If I do a chopped, stripe diet. If I do a chopped cheese, it's on a roll. I don't even like the hero. So it's
I'm not getting it in Queens anyway. Too. The best chopped cheese is in Harlem.
Hello.
I ain't even gonna front.
Nah, dead ass.
On 125th and 1st Avenue, right across from Wagner. Shout to Wagner. I lived there too for a couple of years.
125th. All right, I'm gonna ask my
125th and 1st Avenue.
Take me over there.
Actually, 2nd Avenue. My bad. 2nd Avenue.
Well, my chopped cheese. Well, let me think of the best chopped cheese I ever had. It was in Harlem actually, but it was on I think like 140 something in Amsterdam or Broadway, one of them. It's somewhere around there. But
they had over there in Max B Hood.
Yeah.
The Wave
like,
Guard.
I was in all hoods.
Shout out to the Wave Guard.
Word. But I had a good one there, and it was like $5 with a free soda.
Yeah, should be like $4.50 on a hero.
Nigga, the fucking store by my crib, chopped cheese by my crib is like $9.
Yeah, nah.
They fucking crazy.
Get out of here. They got them in Whole Foods for like $10. Like, come on, man, Whole Foods.
We don't want that. Okay.
If you eating a chopped cheese out of Whole Foods, you can't talk to me.
You're not valid.
Nah,
period.
Not at all.
You can't even talk about this. All right, I got another one for you, which I think I know the answer to. But if you could wear one brand for the rest of your life, would it be Kith or Supreme?
Oh, Kith.
All the time.
Yeah, Kith. Supreme is too hype beast for me.
Too hypey? Some
of their stuff is cool, but Kith, the quality is definitely a lot better. I mean, Supreme, they're putting shit on, Gideon t-shirts.
Oh.
And just no offense. Like, no offense to anybody that rocks it. I get it. It doubles in value, triples in value. But I feel, Ronnie Feig and M being from Queens, Dozo, I didn't go to Dozo. That was our rival. But that's one of the big reasons. And then what Kith means, too. Like, it means kinship, friends.
Yeah.
So I like what the brand represents. And then the quality is always pretty good. I've never had an issue with any of this stuff. But yeah, Kith and Supreme, yeah, for me, it's Kith.
I think I always see you in Kith, actually. Like, all the time.
It's cozy season. Like you said, it's cozy, comfortable. It fits just right.
Word. Listen, I need to relax because I really be sitting here dressing like a whole boy. I buy men's clothes. Like, I love fucking men's clothes. Like,
now, Imi, though. You put me onto Imi, though. Imi is definitely up there. I think the same level as Kith.
I think so.
John Elliott, too. I like John Elliott stuff.
That one is cute, too. They got, like, really good t-shirts.
Yes.
All right, I got another one for you. You like Jamaican food?
Of course.
All right. So, are you doing the curry chicken or are you doing the curry goat?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. See?
I might be stumped on this one.
Got him.
Oh, man. Well, only reason, all right. So, this is going to be a subjective answer. I'll do the curry chicken just because you don't know everybody's goat. It depends where we getting the food from.
That's valid.
So with the goat, I don't know where the goat's coming from. It depends on the spot that we getting the food from.
Okay. All right, that's valid. I'll take that. All right, now I got another question for you. This is a Queen's quiz, and this is like Jeopardy.
Oh, that wasn't the Queen's quiz?
Nah,
this is just questions.
Those are just like,
I was like, y'all passed this with flying colors, minus the disagreement we had with the Margarita and Gabby's. But all right, let's get to the quiz.
Listen.
I think I've studied for this for a few years. I think I've been studying for this quiz for a few years already without even knowing it.
Okay, I got this. But it's like Jeopardy. So your answer has to be like what
in the form of a question.
Right.
Oh, that's easy. Shout out to Alex Trebek, man. Rest in peace.
Niggas Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right, I got you. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The first one is, this mall was known for smelling really bad and it's tattoo parlor.
What is the Coliseum?
Wrong.
Smelling really bad in a tattoo parlor?
The answer is, what is Gertz Mall?
I've never been in Gertz.
Gertz Mall smell like shit.
Hold on, that's like down the block from Margaritas.
It was.
Oh yeah, it's closed. I've never been to Gertz, so I mean, my bad. I've never been inside Gertz Mall. I've walked past it, but I've never been in Gertz Mall.
Gertz Mall used to smell like ass.
That's why I never went in, I guess. I never had. Why would I go into Gertz when you got the Coliseum 4 blocks the other way?
Oh my God! Because Gertz Mall was legend. Gertz Mall was a legend.
Right. The next question I'm good then. All right, come on, man. Gertz? Come on, man.
All right. I got another one for you. This school was known for its boys basketball team and having really pretty girls.
I know the answer to this. I want to say my school, but I didn't give an answer yet. Mm-hmm. But I know the answer on this is what is Cardozo High School.
Thank you.
But
thank you.
I still have my own opinions. You went to Lewis. How you bigging up Dozo?
Well, my daughter went to Dozo.
Dozo was supposed to have all the shorties back in the day.
Dozo definitely had the shorties back in the day, so I've heard. I mean, I didn't go there, but whatever. But the boys basketball team I know was valid. I
played a lot of tournaments with those dudes, and if we could have had dudes to stay eligible in Lewis, I think we'd have gave them a run. But shout out to them dudes. A lot of cool dudes. Nick Flagg, Scholar, a lot of them dudes. Cam, all them dudes.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I got another one for you. This is a Francis Lewis question.
Oh, I got this.
All right. This after-school hangout was known for roast sessions and ciphers.
Come on, man. What is Arby's? Right off the side of the Horace Harding.
I think we the only niggas on earth who ever ate Arby's
chicken strip. Now I think I'm gonna leave here and go get me some chicken strips with the blueberry sauce, man.
Yo, Arby's is trash, but Arby's definitely had really good, what do you call them fucking spiral fries?
Oh, the curly fries.
Curly fries. There you go.
I wasn't eating that roast beef. That shit was worse than White Castle, but the chicken strips was lit.
No, the chicken strips was fire. And sidebar, Arby's has really good apple turnovers.
Oh, good to know. And their turkey clubs is not too bad on the wheat bread. The regular sandwiches.
Are. Yeah. So we're Arby's sponsors.
Exactly. Clearly.
We the only niggas, Arby's, cut the fucking check, please. Because we the only niggas that ate there anyway. All right, I got another one for you.
All right, let's go.
This Francis Lewis security guard was known for keeping us in check and telling it like it is.
Damn, but there was two. But I think I know who you're talking about. Shout out to him. He retired not too long ago. Who is Gil? I thought you was talking about, you could have been talking about Nancy too, the white lady with the blonde hair. But we was all cool with Gil. And he'll tell your ass off and pray for you too. Shout to Gil. I saw him as a recruiter. I went back. He retired. Yeah, he retired from school safety. He still works with Lewis. I don't know if he's still there. When I was doing EA like 2 years ago, I think he was working in the school as a janitor.
Really?
So yeah, still smiling. That's another thing too. Having examples like that. Like he was always smiling, always positive. And he, like you said, he would keep us in check. But it wasn't like, in a negative way. Like he was like kind of like a father figure. I want to say like a father, but like a fatherly figure. And shout out to Gil, man.
Shout out to Gil. We remember you.
Exactly.
And we love you.
Yes.
I got another one for you, LA. Big LA. All right. This highway has been under construction since you were 4 years old.
I mean, this ties into a bunch, but what is the Van Wyck Expressway?
Let's go. When are you going to be done?
And the Jackie Robinson is the worst, but the Van Wyck, finish this. Tax dollars can't go no more, man.
My nigga, that shit has been in fucking construction since I remember.
Before we was born.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. All right, I got a last one for you.
That's the last one? Damn, I was hoping we have more.
This is good, right?
Yeah, this is fun. I like this.
See, straight, I told you this shit was going to work, my nigga.
I like this. All right.
This place was known for their sneaker stores, pretzel sticks, and jewelry.
This place was known for pretzel sticks, sneakers.
If you're a real nigga, you know. Are you a real Queens nigga? Yes or no?
Pretzel sticks, though? That's the shit just throwing me off. Sneakers and jewelry, but damn.
Will he get it?
I already said Coliseum, so I ain't gonna say that again.
Come on, Ellie, give me something, Ellie.
I guess I'm gonna go with the What is the Coliseum?
And you're fucking right.
Oh, all right. But they got pretzel sticks in there?
My nigga, you don't know about the pretzel sticks?
And there's like 4 sneaker stores in there. You got a couple. You always had to go through and be like, yo, man downstairs is giving me for 200.
Right.
Nah? You walk out. My friend. Come back. It's like, all right.
You don't know about the pretzel sticks, though?
Nah, what the hell is the pretzel sticks at?
Oh, my God. Okay, so when you walk in the Coliseum, if you go to the left, there's like a hair supply, beauty supply store right there where they sell bundles. And then, well, not bundles, pack hair, excuse me. Probably not bundles. That shit was
not bundles.
Pack. It was Velvet Remy. And then if you go like to the left, there's like some little store behind you. And then there's like a pretzel little sticks shit.
That's crazy.
So first of all, they had some bomb ass fruit punch. And then you get the pretzel sticks. So me personally, my shit was, I used to get half cinnamon and half salt.
Oh,
so I'll get 3 salt and 3 cinnamon. And then I'll go get a beef patty up the street.
See, that's what I was going. Definitely the island flavors, right on the corner on the block, outside right at the start of the Coliseum block. Definitely got to get me a jerk chicken patty with cocoa bread.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the Coliseum, man.
The Coliseum closed. You seen that shit? That shit is closed. It's been closed for months.
Because of COVID or?
Nah, I think like in general.
That's
like,
crazy. Yo, GB's is in there. The sneaker store right outside. Yeah, I seen I bumped into Lamar Odom a couple times in that sneaker store. The one when you on the top level before you go down the jewelry stores that's all down there. They all pulling you. Yo, come here, my friend.
Yeah, I used to be downstairs and I used to be trying to get my little jewelry from downstairs. I ain't gonna lie. I got me a little XO bracelet. I got me some Mickey Mouse earrings out of there.
They work deals with you. Shout out to the RIP to the Coliseum.
Yo,
man.
for real, because that shit is dead ass closed.
That's crazy.
Okay, I got another one.
All right, let's do it.
Hollis Deli or 179 Deli?
179 Deli. Even though I think they did something shady with the insurance scam when they burned down. Are you booing me?
I'm about
to. Quiet for me?
Hold on, I'm about to get it right. I'm about to get a good boo. Hold on. Okay. I got something better for you.
Yeah.
Are you dumb?
179 Deli, man.
I don't know.
Only because the dude with the big ass birthmark on his face, man. When I go in there and the way these dudes talk to the ox, like it'd be crazy. So I've never went out of my way to go to Hollis Deli.
Really?
Hollis Deli. I've always been to 179 Deli. That's my go-to, especially late night for the chopped cheese in Queens.
Yeah.
You know, but it's okay.
I got another one for you. This is a throwback.
Okay.
Perfections or Starlets?
I mean, Perfections is classic.
Let's go.
Gotta go Perfections.
Let's go Perfections.
We was in strip clubs at freaking 19 years old in strip clubs.
Yo, I had another episode with Sade and I was telling her how much I fucking love the strip club, bro. Like the strip club.
It's a vibe, man.
Is everything you need in one place.
TNA, drinks, food.
Drinks, hookah.
Word.
And then there's mad niggas there. Like,
I don't care about that part, but I care about the people that are working for sure. Exactly. The star tenders and the ladies that are putting their kids through college. That's it for me.
Yo, Perfections was my shit though, because was it Perfections? I think it was actually Starlets. Starlets, once they closed up, they used to have some bitches over there with like this, look like a fucking barbecue. Like they had hot plates.
Oh, yeah, no, I was about to say that. Yeah, shout out to Starlets for the food. And it wasn't even outside. It was like when you would come out from the bar, when you were walking by the ATM.
Yep.
And you can get you a whole like buffet style. You get you your plate to go.
Elegant.
So, shout out to Starlets for that. Because the food, and it was actually really good.
It was okay.
Well,
the mac
maybe
and
we
cheese,
was drunk.
I think we was drunk because the mac and cheese is dry as shit.
Oh, okay.
But I think one time I did have some decent, wings out of that bitch. But I think, period, like strip club food is the best.
You gotta get to Atlanta, man.
I never been to Atlanta.
What was it, Magic City? I heard they got some fire wings.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Strip clubs has the best food. Yeah. I had the best chicken I ever had in my life at King of Diamonds.
That's crazy.
Swear to God. Like the best chicken I ever had was in King of Diamonds. But then it's like, was it really? Was I just like lit?
Was you lit?
You know
How much did you drink that night? Exactly. You gotta kind of calculate that.
Anything probably tastes like fucking filet mignon at that time.
At 4 and 5 in the morning.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right. Do you remember recently, well, you was probably in Boston, but you probably heard that Steinway was looking lit.
Oh, it was looking crazy. Right after the governor was like, yo, nobody was out there in the mask. It was looking like South Beach.
Absolutely.
On Collins.
Absolutely. So, here's my last question.
Okay.
You are going to do some hookah. You're going to get some drinks. Are you going to Steinway or are you going to Dykeman?
I'm going to Dykeman.
Let's fucking go.
I mean, you gotta, little DR. Dykeman is lit.
Let's fucking go.
Get you a mofongo or something after you leave before you come back. Get drinks in the hookah. You lit.
I used to love Dykeman. La Marina days. Can't even tell you about it.
Yeah, nah. Steinway ain't touching Dykeman.
Nah, not at all. They tried it.
The story is cool. It's cool, but yeah, nah, Dykeman different.
I think the best thing out of Astoria really was like Queen's Comfort.
Facts.
Queen's Comfort was the shit.
I'm so mad they closed.
I know.
It's sad.
Fucking COVID closed everything, bro. Yeah. Like all the good eats is just like the little spots. You know what I'm saying? Their
Cinnamon Toast Crunch French toast was the bomb. And their chicken and waffles was crazy.
Chicken and waffles was good. Those little mac and cheese balls, remember? Those were fire.
They had some fried green tomatoes too. I didn't even like tomatoes, but their fried green tomatoes was fire.
I had one time from there, it was like some lobster eggs Benedict. That right there.
Yeah, we in here talking about food. This is crazy. I'm starving right now.
I actually am making some lemon pepper wings right now. They're in the oven. They're about to come out.
Oh my, Rick Ross.
I'm a fake cook though.
Nah, you be doing your thing.
I really do.
Your deviled eggs.
I don't fuck around. Hello. I don't fuck around. My ziti is baby shower approved.
Facts.
I'm the baby shower ziti sis.
Facts.
Like you're not fucking with my ziti and not fucking with my salmon strife. Back me up on this strife because I just fed you the other day, my nigga.
And he about to eat the wings. I don't got time to stay because otherwise I would definitely be busting down his lemon peppers. But I'm gonna be back. I'm going to be back.
Listen, I got you a 10-piece with your name on it, baby.
Facts.
Don't worry about that.
Wait. I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
Blue cheese and ranch.
Damn.
Get ready to boo yourself if you say the wrong one too.
Wait. Okay. Wait. There's a question here. Like hot wings?
Ooh, you're right. It might differ. That's true.
It does differ.
Since you got lemon pepper with the lemon pepper.
With the lemon pepper?
Yeah.
I'm going for ranch.
How you? She gave her answer and then applauds herself. That's a boo. Straight blue cheese, man.
Blue cheese on lemon pepper?
Blue cheese be hitting, yeah. Ranch? Wait, do you dip your pizza in ranch?
That's all right. That's some 600-pound life shit.
That shit is nasty.
I ain't that far, my nigga.
Exactly.
Right?
I do not like. I hate when people do that.
I don't get crazy. Like,
all right. Good.
Oh, I got another one. Oh, this game is fun.
I
gotta write this down.
Boy, I'm good.
Yeah, I got this. Okay, so listen, Hennessy or Douce?
Well, since I got diagnosed, I don't drink.
Before that,
man, you gotta. I'm a whole fan. So
nah. No hove, no nah.
He's not associated with it at all.
No, I'm talking about
you like Henny, but not. So Nas is like Henny because he's like the spokesperson for it, and then.
But I love Nas, and he loves me too. Low-key, he just doesn't know it yet.
Hennessy, that's a classic.
No fucking Henny drink.
I mean, that's a classic.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Ice Cup days, we get that with either the Red Bull. Pineapple juice, apple juice. Remember those days?
The Henny apple juice. That was my brunch. Henny goes with fucking everything. I don't care what nobody says. I could drink Henny with orange juice. I could drink Henny with pineapple juice, cranberry juice, soda, ginger ale, Coke, Sprite.
My goodness!
Like Henny legit goes with everything. And apple juice, that was a
smooth time.
The sneak attack.
Straight smooth. Yeah.
Henny apple juice. I was on that shit too. All right, another one. Patron. Or Casamigos.
I've never had Casamigos. But if it was Patron, I'd say Azul. I like Clase Azul. I was on that for a minute. Before catch. Not to brag, but 2017.
Been there, done that. Okay.
Yeah, I never had Casamigos though.
My whole summer was Casamigos, honestly. I had a Casamigos summer. I hardly drink Hennessy. Look at us.
Oh my goodness.
Hardly drink Hennessy.
I mean, as we go through different ages, like this generation, like 20s was like a specific, we was on our vodka wave. And then now we're in our 30s, you got to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. I was definitely on my Casamigos and my rosé shit. That was like my grand mix right there.
Yeah.
But I usually do the Hennessy. But honestly, Hennessy really is like the only thing that doesn't give me like a crazy hangover.
Yeah.
Like I could drink Henny all night until it's time to go home.
You built up you built up an immunity to it.
See, me and Hennessy, I went to the liquor store the other day and I was like, yeah, can I get a bottle of Hennessy for me? And he pointed to like the little $8 bun. I was like, nah. He was like, the next one I was like, nah. And then the next one. So he's like, this for 3 people. I was like, nah, niggas, for me.
Exactly. give me my bottle, man.
Give me my shit. He on my card and cut it the fuck out. But LA, I wanted to say first and foremost, thank you so much. I am like, just filled with all types of good shit. Like, I'm just so happy you're here. I'm so happy you came in.
So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. And thank you so much. And please, like, let us know where we can find you, your Instagram handle.
Oh, yeah. Shout out. Holla at me on IG at Mr. LV at MR_LV. And I'll post updates on there with my treatment. I'll also post updates once I get another page for the book and anything else. But no, thank you for inviting me on the show, for even considering me. This has been an amazing time. It's been fun. Like I said, again, shout to Stripe, shout to the engineers, the people behind the scenes that put in the work and get everything squared away the way it needs to be, have everything sounded right, comfort. You already know I love you. That ain't going nowhere.
Love you more.
So I got you.
I love you more than I love creme brulee cheesecake. Which
Martha's?
I have some in the fridge. Do you want some?
Martha's?
I do. I have a slice of creme brulee cheesecake in the fridge. I'm not even going to hold you.
We're going to wrap this up with the closing remarks. We're about to go eat because y'all can hear me hungry. But no,
I got some lemon pepper wings and cheesecake. We got to go. But again, thank you so much, LA. I love you. Love you. Shout out to everybody listening. Thank you so much. We'll be back on another episode soon. Peace out.
Peace.